Well, hello there, everyone, and Merry Christmas to you, wherever you're at in the world. Hopefully, you're doing well. Today is Sunday, December 26th, 2021. It's the day after Christmas where I'm at. And let's see, in the last 12 hours, 15 hours, I dropped my youngest son off at the airport yesterday afternoon, 4:35ish. And then at dark 30 this morning, about 5:15 a.m., my oldest son and I were saying our goodbyes at the airport. So my youngest son's now back on the West Coast. My oldest son is in the air headed towards the West Coast. So anyway, that's an update on my boys. Anyway, something I'm going to talk about this morning is how finances touch almost every single human being. And I'm going to speak just on, say, Americans, since I live in this country. My hair is not fully dry yet, so it's a little puffy too. It's the one thing, if you think about when you went through school, the one subject they really don't teach is finances, okay? And most parents don't teach financial stuff, but it impacts pretty much every single American. We all, for the most part, to generalize, try to get a job. When we're younger, we try to get a job. We strive to get a job to make that paycheck so we have money to spend. We may want to go see a movie. We're not seeing movies too much anymore, but we may want to see a movie, but the tickets are expensive. So we figure out how we got to save our money maybe to buy the movie ticket, or maybe we want to buy our first car. Maybe we need to take a loan out to buy our first car. Maybe we want to buy our first house. Money impacts everyone. Finance impacts everyone. Maybe we want to tithe at our church, because I think a lot of churches will say give 10%. But maybe some folks struggle to give that 10%, or maybe they want to give 12%, but they can't. Maybe some folks want to fund their 401k, but they say they don't have any money. Maybe there's someone out there who wants to buy a rental house, but they say, I can't. I don't have any money. I'm here to say, as a blue-collar guy, that all of us can do better financially. Yes, we may or may not be able to get a better job. I don't know each and every person, so I don't know everyone's background or nothing like that. But we can all, with what we do get, we can all do better. Even myself, all of us can do better. I've been told by other YouTubers, do not talk about like being frugal or living below your means. It's kind of like, stay away from saying those words because it turns people off. But we all need to live below our means. Okay, I don't care if it turns people off. That's a necessity, unless we're making buku bucks and we got plenty of money, where we can just invest our surplus because we got so much. And most people with a lot of money, they don't always do that, but we have to live below our means, all right? Because you make this much, I've done this before, my hand examples. If we make this much, strive to spend this much and invest that difference. Invest the difference. Why? Because when I look around at the senior population, currently, when I go back in time and I think about the senior population, I see a lot of older folks who are just struggling. I see families that have stressed out, worried about how are they going to pay for grandma or grandpa to put them in assisted living or to put them in a nursing home. I have seen elderly folks in subpar living conditions in assisted living that's just subpar because family could not afford to put them in a nicer place. I have seen elderly folks in the home in dirty conditions because the family was low income and couldn't afford to put them in a better place. All right. I have seen a lot of different things in my life. I'm a retired police officer. I've seen the worst of the worst. Okay. But even I would talk to people sometimes on the job as a police officer. I would be chit-chatting sometimes with somebody and they would be talking about not having any money, like struggling in life. And meanwhile, they're puffing away on a cigarette. And I might say to them, well, how much does that pack of cigarettes cost? And they might say $5. And I'll be like, wow, I used to smoke way back in the day. And they were like 75 cents or $1 a pack a long time ago. So I'd be like, man, that's expensive. How much do you smoke? A pack a day? 2 packs a day? And many times the answer would just be 1 pack a day. And I'd be like, all right, well, let's do some simple math. 1 pack a day is $5 times 7 days in a week, that's $35. Multiply that by 2 weeks, that's $70. 4 weeks in a month, that's $140. And multiply that by 12 months in a year, and I wouldn't know the math off the top of my head. 12 months, 12 times 140, but I'd be like, that's like $1,200 to $1,500 in a year. Wouldn't you like to have $1,200 to $1,500? And a lot of times they'd be like, yeah, I would, but I can't quit. Or they're drinking something, and maybe I'm talking about how much does a six-pack cost, and like, but I can't quit. It comes down to, and I'm digressing here just a bit, but it comes down to, it's the mindset. There is a video I watched just yesterday talking about rich versus poor. And rich and poor is a mindset. All right. If you're poor, you're stuck in a mindset of being poor. If you're broke, you're temporarily without money. You can fix that problem because you're broke. If you're poor, you need to adjust your mind to get out of it. If you're rich, it's a temporary thing. You can make a lot of money. You're rich, but you're not wealthy. There are people out there who look rich. They live in big houses. They drive big fancy cars. They wear the big hat. They look rich, but they're not wealthy. And as quick as that money can come, it can go. There are stories after stories after stories of lottery winners who go bankrupt, athletes who made millions of dollars who go bankrupt, movie stars who make millions of dollars and go bankrupt. And there are stories on the flip side about the janitor who died with, $3.2 million, the secretary who died with $5 million. Okay, it's like opposite ends of the spectrum because it's the mindset. All of us need to get the proper mindset. I've talked to people in my family. I've had others tell me they've talked to people in their family. And the responses are all the same, like, don't talk to us about financial stuff. You're lucky. Just don't talk to us about it. We can't do it. You're lucky. Or you're cheating the system. Or you're living like, I don't know, people are against it. I've tried talking to people in my community and some express interest, but they don't follow up, it seems like. For the most, and I'm generalizing here, okay? I'm not pointing fingers at anyone. I'm an optimist. There are times, I will make a video sometime recapping 2021 for me. In some ways, 2021 was the best year of my life. In some ways, it was the most difficult year of my life. I went through a lot of different things. But now we're here at the end. I see a brighter horizon for myself. It's like sometimes you got to go through a rough path to come out of it. Okay, so I will try to recap that perhaps towards the end of this week. We shall see. I got to contact one of my contacts today. I think we're going to do an interview this afternoon. I will be doing chit-chatting with a fellow investor. If it doesn't happen today, it'll happen some other day. So there are more. If you watch my interviews with Robbie, who's buying my triplex, but if you haven't, it was the last video I posted. He's buying my triplex. It's his first rental property. Watch that. You'll learn something from it. I have other individuals who I will be interviewing or chat. I'm not interviewing them. I'm chatting with them. I'm asking them a few questions. I'm trying to let them tell their stories. And they will share a lot of information with you about how you can get started, about how you can go through the mortgage process, and so on and so on and so on. Okay? I'm looking forward to it. So it should be good. All right. So anyway, I'm going to keep this short. As I said, there may be an interview coming this afternoon. Y'all take care. Stay safe. Keep loving life. And Mazske is signing out.